Hi, welcome back to the Revolution Approved podcast. I'm Jen,
And I am Ken.
and you are with us here in the Holistic Revolution, Wyandotte, Michigan, for episode 10.
Double digits.
10. Can you believe it? There's only 10 of you following, so we've evened out now.
Yes, we're trying to gain one follower for every episode we do.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be sweet. So with that being said, Jen, if you do like the content, and we would appreciate it if you would support this podcast, if you could like and subscribe and share.
Share, that's a good one, so that more people can find us.
Yeah, that would be doing us a real solid, and we would appreciate it. So today we are talking about living your...
Mine specifically?
No, not you specifically, but just
okay.
out there in public, or I could have pointed to me, but I figured I'd point to you. Your fitness.
Yours.
So when we think of that, we use that a lot around here, that phrase around here a lot.
We do use the phrase living our fitness.
Living our fitness. What,
Hashtag.
yeah, what does that mean to you? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay. For me, living my fitness means I don't spend all of my waking hours in the gym. I like to be outside. I like to bike and hike and kayak and run around with my kids and run around the woods if possible. And I like to be able to keep up with them. They are 10, 10, and 6.
Yes.
And they are boys, so they have a lot of energy, and I like to be able to keep up with them all day, if not outlast them. I don't wanna be the mom dragging behind, or have to take a break, or we gotta find a bench, or let's stop for another water break. I wanna be able to keep going, and to me, that is living my fitness. I train in the gym so that I can go outside and do all the fun stuff that I wanna do.
Okay, so you're angling on the aspect of recreation. It's spring, or at least it was for a few days. It's a little
Yeah.
colder today. But spring is here in Michigan, and so now you're gonna see lots of people, like you just said, outside kayaking, they're hiking, they're biking. We wanna look at that and say, what are we doing inside the gym that is going to support those activities? Or from another way that I would this is good because you took it in one direction that I wasn't planning on taking it in. So I'm gonna take it from, so I'm gonna take it in the opposite direction, and I'm gonna talk about living your fitness being the older lady who has to carry your groceries in all by herself.
Okay.
Somebody who's gardening, somebody who's has to do a lot of stuff on their own, or maybe they're without help, and their fitness level is going to make them be able to accomplish those tasks.
Okay.
You know, we laugh about it all the time, but like carrying all the grocery bags in at one time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One trip.
We try to do that every week. That's impressive, and I think that's a huge deal. So whether it be from the recreational side or the life side, I think that the gym should support and enhance those things that come outside here. It's only 1 hour, 45 minutes to an hour a day.
Yeah.
In here 4 days a week for most people.
Yeah.
So,
Your gym life should be supporting your life, your real life, your actual life. So
yes, and
for me, you're absolutely right. I mean, sometimes it's, corralling the kids, trying to get groceries, trying to get in the house, or maybe we come home from school, we've got, 3 backpacks and 3 coats and 3 water bottles and whatever else they drag home, that for some reason I seem to be the one emptying the car and bringing it in the house. All of that plays a role and is taxing, and you need to be prepared for that. Or picking up Legos. I mean, how many times do you bend down? You bend down. I mean, it might not be a lot of weight picking it up, but just that bending, or squatting and standing and squatting.
Sure. So a mom in your own right there's athletic components to being a mom. You got to pick stuff up. You got to carry them. You got to carry kids.
Oh yeah.
You got, that's.
I mean, think about just carrying a baby right? Whether you're a mom or a dad, or it doesn't matter. I'm sure at some point in your life you've carried a child, and if you haven't, maybe you've carried a puppy, right? Or a cat. But this is, I mean, they weigh a substantial amount, right? In a small, compact area, and they're wiggly, and they're not, it's not like a dumbbell,
Yeah, it's not linear.
right? And you have to be able to accommodate for that weight. You don't pick up a puppy or pick up a kid and then they go to squirm. You don't just drop them or let them fall, right? I hope not.
Yeah, I would hope not.
You have to, you have to figure that out, and that all plays a role. So that's where, using maybe like sandbags in the gym, or using, I like to use Indian clubs or a mace or something that's not even on both sides, so that it kind of works that balance point.
An odd object. To throw my 2 cents in.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
For what that's worth.
I would, and I would say that is a good point, because
Yeah.
the fitness industry and equipment manufacturers have gone out of their way to stifle your progress with the insane amount of equipment and machines
Yeah.
and mechanized devices that take away from that
Yeah.
element. So it's like when you get outside and you're under gravity and you're having to negotiate all these different things. Like we went on a hike this past week, and it was our first hike of the year, and you happened to pick like the hilliest trail of all time. So we got backpacks on, water, a 6-year-old who doesn't want to walk anymore. I got to carry him on my shoulders up a giant hill. I mean, these are real world, like you said earlier about the comment about the dumbbell, non-linear. So lots of stabilization, lots of balance, lots of coordination of things. And so what we do in the gym through maybe what you talked about, kettlebell work, maces, Indian clubs,
Yep.
deadlifting, lunging, all those, as Paul Chek would call them, primal pattern movements, the squatting, the lunging, the twisting, pushing, pulling, carrying stuff. Those things,
Stuff that's gonna benefit you outside of
yes,
the gym.
those things go to make the other 23 hours of the day better.
Yeah.
Or for you to, because no one wants to be, at least I don't think so, maybe with technology, people want to sit inside all day long, but it's a nice day outside.
Yeah, don't have Amazon deliver your groceries. Go
Yeah,
to the grocery store.
get outside.
Go do it.
Get outside and experiment with, because that's the real version of In Shape. Is the world. That's what we run into in here is, like from a what I always tell, or I've always said in the past, is the human body, like the world is like an iPhone 10, right? That's the number one, that's the newest iPhone. I mean, I'm not a technology guy, but that's right, iPhone 10.
I
Okay,
don't know.
we're gonna pretend that that's the newest cell, an iPhone 10, right? Most people's bodies operate on software that's like a flip phone. Or like a rotary.
Razor?
Yeah, it's like yeah. Or like a rotary phone
Okay.
at their house. So you have this giant discrepancy between what a person's body's able to accomplish and the demands of the real world.
Okay.
So this is where situations like guys sit on their ass all winter long, and then the first nice day comes and they want to go hit a golf ball. They go into that rotational movement pattern that they haven't performed in 7 months, and they blow their lower back out.
Okay.
Or well, I haven't done X, Y, Z in a really long time. Trip, here's another easy one. Falling, like our kids made comments on the trail about how many roots there were, like trip hazards there were on this trail. It's very dynamic. So if you're not used to that, if you're not prepared for that, you could be in a bad way, and that could go, you could, in a parking lot somewhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be out on a trail.
I mean, think about, going back to the groceries thing and carrying groceries. If you're carrying a bag in each hand, we do a lot of farmer's carries, dumbbell carries. So, and people ask us all the time, well, I'm just carrying it? You don't want me to do anything?
Sure.
Oh no, that's doing a lot. And when you're done, you're like, you feel very taxed. You don't really know why, because you're really just carrying it. But if you translate that into the real world, living that fitness, if you will, is think about, a 20-pound dumbbell in each hand is 4 or 5 bags of groceries in each hand. Now you're able to get that from your car, to your house or maybe to your apartment on the second floor or
Yeah, that's a good point.
you know, wherever you're
Yeah.
going, you're able to get those groceries to where you need to go, and you can, you know, personally handle that. You can sustain that load because now you've trained in a way that supports that.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where, again, the world being dynamic and the preeminent training philosophy in the United States is still, whether we like to admit it or not, even though there's been many articles written on the fact that it's dead and no one uses it anymore, the body part split, bodybuilding, back one day, chest one day, legs the next day, shoulders the next day, arms the next day, calf muscle the next day, eyeballs the fourth day, this day, that day, down the line, okay? The problem.
Well, there's a
Yes, the problem.
there's a time and a season for that type of training if that's
Sure.
the type of training you're looking for.
Yes, but-
if you just want, like most of our clients, just want to live, just want to be healthy, just want to play with kids or grandkids or go outside or, you know, vacuum the carpet. I mean, think about that. That's a one arm motion, right? Back and forth, and ultimately you're leaning with your legs, right? You're pushing it, you're pulling it, you're pushing it, you're pulling it with one arm. Well, that's one-sided. You know, little things like that. Well, in the gym, you can do something, you know, maybe you're gonna push or pull the wagon. Maybe you're going to push or pull a sled. Maybe you're going to do something on the opposite side because you vacuum with your right arm all the time. If you go to do it with your left arm, can you do it? You know, maybe that's something to think about.
Yeah, and I think going back to the point on the body part thing, you build up the volume to the point where, and you use equipment that is not conducive, like we said, to outside of here. So like you start to, if just being big is your goal, okay, that's great.
Right.
All right, that's fine. Anybody can have any damn goal they want. Who cares? But what we're saying for the purpose of this podcast is that the rubber meets the road when you get outside of here, and you have to encounter forces that you don't account for in training. So to take an easy example, a leg press. Okay. The stabilization is taken away. It's done for you by the machine.
Yeah.
Bench pressing on the Smith machine, our good friend, the Smith machine. Okay. Bench pressing, shoulder pressing, doing all these things, or on any machine.
Yeah.
That stabilization element that you get with dumbbells or maces or clubs or kettlebells or all the others, or even hell, even body weight. You know,
Yeah.
everybody sleeps on body weight
Yeah.
stuff, push-ups, lunges, all that. They view it as too easy. I can assure you that
think,
it's not.
You think body weight's too easy? Bust out 40 burpees.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. So when you take away that stabilization element, you have a build up of the muscular system, but then the internal components of that system are actually very weak. So then
Okay.
you get put into situations where maybe it's an emergency situation. You got to pick somebody up off the ground. Well, I can
Yeah.
tell you that 200 pounds on a barbell is not 200 pounds of a human body.
Yeah.
Some of our firefighters who train here will tell you that. That's a no-brainer. So you're going to run into a problem.
Yeah.
The adage would be, you can't fire a cannon from a canoe. So they got a cannon's worth of muscular energy and muscles.
Okay.
But they have their operating system. What it's all balanced on is a canoe. It's really, really weak. So you're going to eventually run into a problem. Now you get those people. You get Larry Leg Press, who likes to load up 8 quadrillion plates on the leg press.
Yeah.
Can you load up that many plates on the squat? Barbell squat? Usually not. Why? Because here comes the stabilization element. So
Yeah.
your training has to be well-rounded, and I think that's the biggest thing is, in a nutshell of this podcast is, there's 23 other hours in a day.
Yeah.
There's 52 weeks in a year. You got a lot of time. Hopefully you're maximizing it and doing things and living your life in a way that you want and experiencing the things you want.
Yeah.
Some of that might involve athletic pursuits or whatever, and you should make, or you'd be far better if you made this accelerate that.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
the key.
your time in the gym, 45 minutes to an hour, really you shouldn't be over an hour. If you are, you're kind of starting to lose your,
You're in it's from the body, talking about body parts, but you're in the jaw. You train in the jaw over an hour.
God. Okay, yeah. If you're,
Is it jaw day?
if you're spending more than, we'll give you an hour, right? You're spending more than an hour in the gym and you're not a professional athlete, or you're not striving to become a professional athlete in one, one genre or another, if you will, you're really kind of wasting your time. I mean, you should have a plan going in. You should know exactly what you need to do. If you don't know what you need to do, hopefully you have, somebody in your facility who does know what you should be doing.
Thank you.
And you need to get in, you need to get out, and you need to go and live your fitness, because 24 hours in a day, you shouldn't be bogged down with the 45 minutes to an hour that you spend in the facility, right?
Yeah,
that should be building you and accompanying your actual life.
Yes, and nobody wants to get themselves into situations that they're behind the 8 ball. Like a.
What does that mean?
Well, that means like you get out. This is one of the reasons why people don't do stuff, is because they feel like, oh well, I can't do a 5K. Well, I can't go. Oh, you know what? Everybody wants to go out kayaking. The company paid for a kayak trip, and I don't know, because I don't think that I can do it. It's like, that's a crappy. I almost swore there. That's a crappy feeling.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have that happen to you. So
You want to be prepared for anything
exactly.
that comes your way.
So that's why you need,
Within reason,
yes,
obviously.
that's why you need to work on conditioning. Notice not cardio, conditioning.
No.
You need to be strong. You need to be mobile. You need to be flexible. All those things. Like Louis Simmons says, if it's not an advantage, it's a disadvantage. So organizing your training around, yes, okay, like you said earlier, most people want to lose. Because this is where the thing comes in. It's like, yeah, Ken, okay, that's great, but like I want to lose weight.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
News. By the way, before I put t-shirt, we forgot to
Don't,
shout out
just-
your t-shirt. No? Okay, fine. I was going to say that's going to be a new t-shirt in the t-shirt store. Yeah, I know. That's the favorite saying of every client around here is, yeah, I know. Okay? Well, you might know, but the thing is that you need to organize your training in a way that is going to identify your weaknesses. So it puts you in a position to where you're like, wow, you know what? That was pretty tough. And I kind of stink at that. So I need to work on that. Okay? So like, it's not, hey, let's go in and put the weight stack all the way to the bottom and get 5 or 6 crappy reps when we can't even do a push-up. Let's focus on building from the ground up. Let's identify those weaknesses and then build a progressive program around that to where you can get to an end goal and say, wow, you know what? I went from 5 push-ups to now I'm doing 20. I went to not even being able to bike on the assault bike for 2 minutes straight to now I'm doing 100 calories, whatever. The stuff that you do. I mean, you didn't start off, you're swinging clubs around here and maces, and it's really wild to watch, like, holy crap. And then the first time I did it, here comes Meathead Ken, I'm falling all over. Just it goes to show you, like, I didn't
Garbage balance.
Oh, it was
Garbage.
terrible. It was terrible. It was half hilarious on her part because she got a kick out of it, thought it was funny. And then on my part, I was like, I'm getting smoked by like a 10-pound mace.
Yeah.
It was pretty eye-opening to me to go, wow, okay, yeah, I'm maybe advanced in some levels. Like, yeah, I can deadlift a fair bit and I can squat a fair bit, but you know what? When it comes to doing stuff on one leg and stuff that requires any medium of balance whatsoever, I suck. And then now looking at that, as far as like us personally, our plans for the summer, like we like to do a lot of hiking. We like to do a lot of kayaking. Well, I need to work on my, if this girl's got a plan to go out on the trail and blow me out every week like she tried to do last week, then I better work on my balance. I better work on those implements, and then now we move forward, and it can be enjoyable instead of, oh God, we gotta go out and do that. That sucks, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's all. So go ahead. You're dying to say something.
I wasn't gonna say anything at all. I'm just listening.
Yeah,
per
I
usual.
went on a big rant there. So that's that's it to me. Is again just what are you gonna do? There has to be something outside of here.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think that's the bottom line is don't let what happens within the gym overshadow everything else. I mean, there's so much more life to live than your 45 minutes in the gym. So get in, get out, live your fitness, you know, again, just reiterate, your fitness inside the gym, you're training to go live. So go live your life. Go be healthy and go do what you need to do and, you know, and have fun doing it, because any of the activities that you decide to go do, I can promise you, if you're gassed or it's too hard or you can't keep up with the crowd, it's not gonna be fun, it's gonna suck. You're gonna hate it, you're gonna be embarrassed, you're gonna wanna go home, you're probably gonna be sore for a week after, you know, I mean,
Yep.
So get in the gym, build some muscle, build some stamina, build some balance, get a little bit more flexible, and then when you do go out and do whatever it is you choose to do, it's gonna be a lot more fun, and you're gonna wanna continue to do it, and you're gonna wanna start doing more and more and more, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, you can feel good about your participation level, and I
Yeah.
think that goes back to
Yeah.
something that you said last week in the group train in the highly controversial group training podcast, where we talked about women not wanting to engage in strength training because they feel, you know, I don't know, and they,
Yeah,
you know,
you're
I don't-
unsure, you're
I'm
insecure about
or
it.
then they go to, or then they dip their toe into the pool of strength training
Mm-hmm.
and meet a trainer, and then proceed to end up in the hospital
Yeah.
from getting the hell beat out of them. That's not good. So you don't want to have that experience either. You don't want to have what you think is going to be a fun time out wherever, and the next thing
Yeah.
you know, it's like, I'm sore for 4 days, I can't move, blah, blah, blah. That's not any fun.
Yeah, we just want everybody to be healthy and safe and go have fun and go live your life, and, you know, hopefully it's outside. I like being outside. I prefer to be outside. If I can take my training outside, I can. I'm waiting for the weather to truly break so I can start doing more stuff outside. That's, you know, for me, that's what it's all about. Be outside, get some fresh air,
Get some sun.
get some sun.
Yeah. I know myself. I'm going to
Wear your sunscreen though.
Yes, I'm
Or a
gonna,
hat.
That's one of my major goals for this summer is I'm gonna get bronze, man. I'm gonna be looking sweet. Do you have anything more to say on the topic of living your fitness?
If anybody wants to come and take him away, I'll share.
That's what's gonna be in the comment section. That's what's gonna be in the comment section from this point, like as the summer goes on. It's like, man, Ken is looking bronze, man. Look at that tan
Yeah.
on him. He's out there doing his thing.
The true,
I agree
the
with
true
you.
sign of health.
Well, I agree. Why?
See, I'm SPF 100 all the time, like full sleeves. People laugh at me because I'm ghostly white all summer. It's August and I look like I haven't stepped
Yeah, I
outside.
tan pretty easy.
But you know what? I don't care because
It is. You should wear sunscreen.
I don't.
We're
wanna,
not trying
I
to
don't
make
wanna,
light of.
I don't want to look like Leatherface in a couple of
Yes.
years. I like my skin. I'm good.
Yeah, and I get tan pretty easy.
You've said that now
Yeah,
quite a few
I
times.
tan pretty easy, so it's cool. Whatever. It's whatever. Do your thing. It's all good. You like to
Whatever
wear
your opinion is.
Yeah, you like to wear sunscreen. Whatever. It's okay. It's all good. But the bottom line is, get outside, enjoy the weather, enjoy the planet, contribute to it positively.
Live your fitness.
Live your fitness. Are we wrapping it up?
No.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I thought we were done. Okay, go ahead.
If any of you have noticed, new t-shirts.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I don't know, have you seen it?
Hold on.
Have you noticed?
Oh, right there. What do you think about that, huh?
We got new shirts, we got new swag. So if you are interested in owning your own, you can choose any color you like, any style you like, any size,
man,
shape,
there's-
cut. There's accessories, there's merchandise, there's all kinds of crap. I will link it down below. Follow the link. It will, you can choose whatever you want from the privacy of your own home. It'll ship right to you in a not so discreet bag. And
from our good friends at, what's the name
our
of it?
good friends at T Public.
T Public. Shout out to T Public.
Yep,
We're going,
so-
Holistic Revolution is going the KISS route. Okay, we got pens and lunch boxes and foam hands, t-shirts, hoodies.
There is not all of that available,
We're
but
working on it. Everything. We're merchandising everything. Everything you can put your hands on, we're putting slapping a logo on it. We're gonna sell
okay,
it, right?
this is not Spaceballs, although you would think it was. T-shirts, they have the logo. If you like them, this is what they look like. Right? Can you see it? This is what they look like. T-shirts.
Very nice.
We're very happy with them. Everybody so far who has ordered, I think, is very happy. I haven't heard any of the complaints come through.
Yes, and thank you for ordering.
And thank you for supporting us. And if you don't want merchandise, great, no problem. Just coming and watching is supporting us. So like, subscribe, share the channel, so hopefully everybody else can
Yeah,
follow
oh.
us and hopefully gain a little insight from the the revolutionary way.
And one more thing too, very quickly.
He's always in such a hurry.
No, I'm sorry. Well, because I
Why,
don't want to
he-
take up too much time.
Oh, really quick. Just
See,
take your time.
On the TeePublic thing, if you go to our store on TeePublic,
Mm-hmm.
The Holistic Revolution, right? You can follow,
Not the.
whatever, you can follow us, right?
You can
You
follow
can
us.
follow us, and that way when we drop new designs,
New designs are in the works.
you're
just so
gonna,
you know.
you're one of the first ones to know, so you can get, get your hands on it, hot off the press.
Yeah.
That's it, I'm done.
Real quick, I'm Jen,
And I'm Ken,
and this is the Revolution Approved podcast.
and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.